The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Broadcasting and asks, has TVNZ made any agreement to make a payment to Paul Henry on his resignation?
The Honourable Jonathan Coleman.
Mr Speaker, I am not aware of any of the terms under which Mr Henry was employed. Furthermore, it would be inappropriate for me to seek this information from Television New Zealand, as I would be contravening the Television New Zealand Act and the Crown Entities Act. If Television New Zealand were to reveal this information to me, they might be in danger of contravening the Privacy Act and the Employment Act.
The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove. Before I call the member, I struggled to hear the last part of that answer. I believe it was a serious question, and the level of interjection is just too high. The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Rubbish answer.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker, to the Minister. Is he saying he doesn't know, or is he saying he's not going to tell the House?
The Honourable Jonathan Coleman.
I think I was pretty clear. I do not know.
The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Does the Minister accept that TVNZ's dividend to the government and its value are his responsibility? And can he guarantee that these haven't been reduced in any way by any payment to Mr Henry over and above the statutory minimum requirements?
The Honourable Jonathan Coleman. The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
To the Minister. Has he told TVNZ not to make a payment over and above the statutory minimum requirements? If not, why not?
The Honourable Jonathan Coleman.
No, I haven't, and I would refer that member to the precedent set by his colleague Trevor Mallard in 2008 when Ralph Craven departed as Transpower boss. And Trevor Mallard said at that stage that ministers were not responsible for the work of chief executives and staff or employment matters. They were operational and a matter for the chairman. So go and talk to Trevor Mallard. He knows the rules on this, and we're following the same form.
The point of order, the Honourable Order. A point of order has been called. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, there's a big difference between being responsible and knowing.
No.
Speaker.
The member will resume his seat. The member knows he cannot litigate an answer. It's available. Order. I'm on my feet. It's up to the person questioning the minister. If the answer is one he doesn't like, he's got further supplementaries to dig into that answer. It's not up to another member to, by way of point of order, to interfere with it. The questioner has the opportunity, if the answer doesn't seem appropriate or of the quality the questioner expects, dig into it with the next supplementary. Point of order, the Honourable Jonathan Coleman.
Just object to that member there saying that I'm telling lies, because I am quoting directly from the Dominion Post.
Order.
Well, I do.
Order. Now, admittedly, there was some interjection when there shouldn't have been, when a point of order was being heard, but I confess I didn't hear the member assert the minister was
To make it very clear, I did, and I apologise.
That is what I'm now going to do, though. What I'm now going to do, because that was quite out of order, ask the Honourable Trevor Mallard to stand and withdraw and apologise. If he's admitting he said it, I'd ask him to withdraw and apologise.
I so do, sir.
Question, the Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
To the Minister. What would be the circumstances under which a payment
Point of order, the Honourable Simon Powell.
Mr Speaker, the member is required to say, I withdraw and apologise, not quote, I so do or do so, or whatever the phrase was that the member used.
I accept the point the member made, but I took what the member said to be a genuine following of my instructions, because what troubles me at times, members get their feet, I withdraw and apologise, and as if they don't mean it at all. I thought the member actually indicated the way he said it, he actually meant it. I let the issue pass. It was my judgment to let it pass. I apologise to the House if I erred there, but I don't want to go back and take time to correct it now, because it was my judgment at that time that the member did apologise, but I do stress to the House that shouldn't be taken as any precedent. The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, what would be the circumstances under which a payment by TVNZ to a resigning presenter would not be acceptable? And is there conduct which would be serious enough to cause that minister to intervene, or even offer an opinion, or even, pray tell, ask the CEO for any information?
The Honourable Jonathan Coleman.
Well, look, when you're talking about what would the circumstances actually be, you're dealing in a hypothetical area, and I'm not prepared to comment on that. But I note that when Steve Mahari was the Minister of Broadcasting and Ian Fraser left Television New Zealand, he was loath to make any comment at all for exactly the same reasons that I've cited.
Point of order, the Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Sir, I asked the Minister under what circumstances would he, for instance, be prepared to intervene, what circumstances would he be prepared to offer an opinion, or what circumstances he might even ask a question of his CEO to be informed of the information. None of that was addressed, sir.
Good order. I think if the member listens to what the Minister said those are hypothetical questions that the member is asking. He's not prepared to answer. Order that he's not prepared to answer such a question. He'd only look at an individual circumstance on its own merits, and he cited previous ministers who had taken a similar approach. I believe that is answering the member's question, because he said he's not prepared to answer such a hypothetical question. Order. Question number 12, Keith Locke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My